said it already. Hello, welcome to today's Ripple Maker Spotlight. I have another phenomenal ripple maker to share with you who's creating her ripples, making her waves. And I'm pretty sure you're going to be inspired by what she's up to. She is a plant-based coach who is going to share what ripples she's making with the world. So let's get her onto the stage today. Vanessa Sturman, welcome.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. Absolutely brilliant to be here. And I loved your energetic introduction. That was wonderful.
Thank you. Well, hey, listen, we haven't got a lot of time here because these spotlights really are getting your message and your audience out to the world, but at the same time, bringing something to the audience. So guys and girls that are tuning in right now, we're going to hear from Vanessa what her ripple making tip for you is going to be, how you can make an even bigger ripple of impact with the message that you have inside you. But before we do, Vanessa, tell us about who you are and why you love doing it so much.
Thank you. Well, I am a plant-based health coach. And why do I love doing it? So one of the top reasons is because I love food and I love enjoyment and I love other people who love food. But I also want to end suffering. People are really suffering. Our planet is suffering. When we're just dealing with health problems, weight issues, gut issues, all these things that we actually don't have to deal with, that we don't need to have. These cause so many problems in terms of our day-to-day lives, our energy levels, and it's just really not fun at all. And how about we can be healthy, energetic, look vibrant and glowing, be a healthy weight, and eat amazing food and not cut out things like cake. So yeah, I don't eat cake all day, obviously, but I might. But I love a piece of chocolate cheesecake, obviously plant-based. So what I'll give you my line. I help people reduce their fatigue and get a healthy weight with the most delicious plant-based food, whether you want to be fully plant-based or not. And actually, most of my clients at the moment are not fully plant-based and tell me for some reason on a daily basis that they're never going to go vegan. And I say, that's fine. That's fine, as long as you eat the stuff, you eat the healthy things that we're talking about.
Yeah.
So that, and I have a huge focus on things like gut health, hormone balance. I get a lot of women who are perimenopausal or menopausal coming to me. But what's important is that what works for one person doesn't work for everyone. Some people say, well, should I do intermittent fasting? Well, that might work on some days, but not on others. It might work at a different point in your hormonal cycle. If you're a menstruating person, there is no one size fits all. And that is the gift I give to my clients, is making sure they're doing something that works for their lifestyle, the things they love. Some of them say, I don't really like cake, but I like chips. How can I still have chips? It really, exactly. So it all completely depends.
Oh my gosh, there's so much to think about. I hadn't ever thought about how much there is to think about. I suppose that one of the key things that worries people and concerns people, I know it's been a concern for Greg and myself, is that one of our daughters, the one that comes to stay with us the most, she's vegan. And so we're always like, and we love it when she comes to stay because she always brings new recipes and things, and we become vegan for the time that she's here. So we eat plant-based diets while she's with us, and we love trying out. She's experimental and she's doing lots of different things, but then when she goes, we go back to our normal kind of eating routine again. And I guess for people that are sat in the audience right now thinking, well, actually, I know that I'd like to have at least 1 or 2 days and start off by introducing that plant-based way of eating. They'd probably want to find out some more about you. So we'll make sure that we get your contact details and everything out to everybody at the end of this little spotlight today. But Vanessa, while you're here, while we've got you for this time, a very short period of time, tell us, if we want to grow our ripple of impact and make a bigger wave in the world through our message, through our missions, through the movements that we want to build, what would be your one tip for our movement makers today?
So my tip is going to be health-based and nutrition-based. If we don't have the energy that we need and we're not presenting ourselves on our best selves, it's very hard to make a ripple if we're tired, if our gut's not good. So my tip is eat as big a variety of plant foods as you can to get all the nutrients your body needs. But, and fact that some people may not know, your gut health, so your gut bacteria, the good gut bacteria, feeds off fiber. That's what it eats. It eats fiber called prebiotics. If you do not eat good fiber and a range of fiber, you are not feeding that good gut bacteria, no matter how many probiotics you pop. So that is my tip. Get that variety of plant foods and fiber into your diet as much as possible. And you are going to be a more healthy, better gut health, better mood, more glowing person to put your ripples out to the world.
I love that. What a great tip. We haven't had that. We have had nothing like that so far. That's the first tip that we have had in all of the hundreds that have come through these interviews. I love that. And so what would your advice then be, Vanessa? Like, even if you're eating all the other things, what you need to do is just introduce those things. And I'm guessing that actually when you start to feel better and you start to really improve, it becomes a little bit of a, oh, I feel really good when I do that, so I want to do more. And you'll notice when you don't do it.
Exactly that. And the more people explore these dishes and take small steps, the easier it becomes, and the more they get familiar with things and the more they want to. But I always say to people, look, start small, no beating yourself up, don't do guilt, don't do anything like that. Have a bit of fun. Some easy swaps. If you've got your favorite curry recipe, and look, in the end, chicken curry is all about the flavor. It's not about the chicken. Replace the chicken with chickpeas. Chickpeas are full of fiber, great for the gut. They also make going to the toilet easier. I know people don't talk about toilet things enough, but a lot of the population are constipated, so it's going to help with that. And it's also going to feed your good gut bacteria. It's going to make you really full. It's full of protein. So, put chickpeas in your next curry instead of chicken. Make it simple. Put a big pile of veg on that plate. Some people say, how do I get more vegetables into my diet? Sometimes I just say, just put more on your plates. It does. Sometimes I have this joke of people who pay me to tell them to put more veg on their plate. But sometimes it's as simple as that, and people don't think about that, or they put a tiny amount on their plate. It's just like, just put more.
Yeah, and that's a simple thing, is just start making those little changes, one drop a day, one drop at a time.
Exactly. And then it builds and builds, and suddenly people go, oh my goodness, I've whatever it is, got so much more energy. My IBS has got better. I've lost weight. I'm fuller for longer. How did that happen? Fiber is pretty much more filling than protein. Everyone's like, protein's very important. I'm very into protein, but most of the population are deficient in fiber. That is what most people are deficient in. And that is why our gut issues in this population are off the scale.
Wow, that's so interesting. So just out of curiosity then, so how are you building your brand? Because we have a lot of coaches, people that are in an industry where they're just like you, serving people on a one-to-one and a group basis. So just very quickly, tell us, like, how are you making your ripple in the world? What's your model for your business?
Yeah. So putting things out on social media, I do a lot of that. I give health tips, but I also give a lot of the fun side. So I try to bring people into my world through fun, beautiful, healthy food as well. So I'm doing a lot through my social media channels, through also my free my free guide on 5 steps to a balanced plant-based diet. So hopefully I'll get to put the link to that somewhere as well. So people are constantly engaging with me. I'm also putting myself out there more on radio and talks. So that's a really important side of things for me, to make sure, almost not just part of my business, but outside of that, to say, right, how can I actually make sure people know these things about gut health that they're probably not being told, even on quite standard documentaries they're seeing on TV. So I occasionally get on radio. I was talking at Cambridge University the other week and about how to make plant-based diets more accessible. So for me, it's because I love being in front of people. I love getting the information out. I've seen it as a win-win. Okay, let's get myself on some stages. I get to give people some great information and tips that they can take away, and real practical actions. My thing is the implementation and the consistency. That's how people fail. So if I can give those practical tips across these platforms, that's how I make a ripple, where people say, I actually went away and did that, Vanessa.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant advice. So how can we support you? You've given to us today. How can we be helping you in return? What do you need?
Well, what I would love, first of all, if you know anyone who is struggling with weight, energy, gut issues, hormone balance, or just wants to optimize and transform their health, please send them my way. Please send them my way. That would be absolutely wonderful. And yeah, I think that's probably the main one, but also just come and chat to me, connect with me, collaborate with me. I absolutely love hearing about what other skills everyone else has got. There's brilliant opportunities for joint lives, just like we're doing today. So yeah, please connect, please ask me questions if I can help any of you also transform your business by transforming yourself from the inside out. Please also come and speak to me. And I've got lots of free resources, free WhatsApp group for people who are really serious. So, there's a lot of engagement, a lot of starting you can do with me, completely free of charge as well.
Beautiful. I love that. And guys and girls, you've seen Vanessa speak. She's very articulate, fun, got a lot of energy. Who do you know whose show she can be speaking on, who has a podcast, who has a summit coming up, who has an event coming up where they're looking for a plant-based food coach and nutrition coach, a health coach, somebody that can go in and talk about any of these topics that Vanessa has spoken about today and really laser in on that. So menopause, perimenopause, all of the different things, the different reasons why somebody might want to improve their health. Have that conversation with Vanessa. If you go to the members area at the top of the One Drop Movement community group, you'll be able to find Vanessa in there. And also, Vanessa, how else can people get in contact with you? What's the best way?
So you can just drop me a DM on Facebook. That's absolutely fine. I've also got an amazing free community called How to Go Plant-Based. Lots of health tips, recipes. You can ask all your questions in there. I post something every day to help people, and it's a really lovely, non-judgmental, fun community. And anything that does the opposite there gets kicked out immediately. So please come and join How to Go Plant-Based. I would absolutely love to see you there. And if you do want to take the next step, you're very welcome to book a call with me as well. And I can hopefully leave a link somewhere to that. But DM me on Facebook in the first instance if you can't find any of the links.
Brilliant. Vanessa, thank you so much for coming in and dropping in with us today and sharing your ripple effect with all of us. Guys and girls, make sure you connect with Vanessa, send her a friend request. As I said, you can go up to the top of the One Drop Movement group, find Vanessa, send her a message, create a relationship, and just start connecting with each other, start championing each other, because you each and every one of you in this community has a network. And within that network, there will be somebody that is the perfect connection for Vanessa, or Vanessa is the perfect connection for them. So just reach out, just think to yourself, how can I make that ripple for Vanessa? Because remember, what you put out there comes back to you and it's multiplied. The ripple that you create in the lives of others comes back to you. What goes out comes back. What goes up must come down. It's universal law. So just take that time, just for the next couple of minutes, just sit quietly and think, who can I connect Vanessa with? Because it will come back to you. So Vanessa, thank you so much once again for dropping in. Guys and girls, if you have not had your butt in this seat, me sharing your message with the rest of this community, make sure you click on the Kartra link at the top of this video in the description with this video, book your spotlight. I'll look forward to getting you out and sharing your message with our growing global community. And we'll see you in the next session tomorrow. So take care, have a wonderful day. And remember, it's Ripple Fest tonight. We've got our third and final session at Ripple Fest. Make sure you join us from 7 until 8 p.m. UK time in the One Drop community group, and you'll be able to hear from 3 phenomenal women who have turned their purpose into a very powerful movement. You're going to hear from 3 of them tonight. It's not passive listening, it's active. You're going to be getting shit done. There's activities that these ladies are going to give you to continue that ripple effect that you're making through your message. So be back here, bums on seats, 7 p.m. and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next session. Lots of love. Bye for now.